Have you ever wondered how a poem can tell a story that resonates with our deepest feelings and fears? Picture this. A raven, a symbol of mystery and knowledge, sits at the heart of one of literature's most enduring poems. Penned by the master of macabre, Edgar Allan Poe, The Raven continues to captivate readers with its rhythm, rhyme, and profound exploration of loss and despair. A tale that transcends time, it's an enigma that beckons us to delve deeper. Let's dive into the haunting world of The Raven and unravel its mysteries. The poem begins on a midnight dreary, setting a gloomy mood. But what does the poet's encounter with the raven symbolize? As we delve into the first few stanzas of Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, we see that the poet uses the raven's arrival as a symbol of impending doom. The protagonist is introduced as a weary scholar, lost in the melancholy of his own thoughts, when he hears a knock at his chamber door. This unexpected visitor in the dead of night is none other than the raven. Poe's choice of the raven, a bird often associated with death and darkness, is no random choice. Its arrival seems to amplify the sense of dread and despair already present in the scholar's lonely musings. The raven's steady, unflinching gaze and its refusal to leave the scholar's chamber only add to the mounting tension. The rhythm and language that Poe uses in these stanzas also play a crucial role in conveying this sense of dread. The trochaic octameter, a rare and complex metrical pattern, gives the poem a musical yet haunting quality. Each line of the poem flows into the next, creating a relentless driving rhythm that mirrors the scholar's growing anxiety. The language, too, is heavy with symbolism. The repeated use of words like darkness, silence, and shadow creates an atmosphere that is as oppressive as it is intriguing. It's as if the poet is inviting us into the scholar's world, a world that is as much a product of his imagination as it is of his reality. The raven's arrival, then, is not just a physical event, but a psychological one. It is a manifestation of the scholar's deepest fears and anxieties, a symbol of the despair that has taken hold of his heart. The arrival of the raven brings with it a sense of foreboding, but why? Let's find out. The raven speaks only one word, nevermore. But what does this word signify in the context of the poem? Nevermore echoes through the middle stanzas of Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, a chilling refrain that grows increasingly haunting with each repetition. This single word, uttered by the ebony bird, becomes a symbol of the speaker's despair and the permanence of his loss. The speaker attempts to engage the raven, posing questions that reveal his yearning for solace and understanding. Yet, the raven's unchanging response, nevermore, is a stark reminder of the finality of death and the impossibility of reunion with the departed. The speaker's futile attempts at communication underscore his desperate longing for answers that the raven, a mere bird, cannot provide. As the poem progresses, the speaker's despair intensifies. He asks if there is balm in Gilead, a biblical reference to spiritual healing. The raven's nevermore here transforms into a crushing declaration. There will be no relief from his sorrow. This relentless refrain, nevermore, becomes a grim anthem of hopelessness, amplifying the speaker's grief and isolation. The speaker then asks if he will meet his beloved Lenore in heaven, a question that unveils his deepest fears and hopes. The raven, consistent in its message, replies, nevermore, extinguishing the speaker's last glimmer of hope. This interaction reveals the speaker's escalating desperation and his tragic inability to escape his torment. The raven's message, though simple, is a powerful tool Poe uses to illustrate the speaker's descent into madness. This bird, once a mere visitor, becomes a tormentor, its single word, nevermore, a constant reminder of the speaker's eternal sorrow. The raven's message seems to deepen the speaker's despair, leading him into a downward spiral of grief and madness. The poem ends with the raven still sitting, never flitting, on the pallid bust of Pallas. But what does this ominous ending signify? As we dive deeper into the final stanzas of Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, we find an exploration of the symbolic weight carried by the raven's enduring presence. This bird, once merely a nocturnal visitor, now seems to have become a permanent fixture, a silent, haunting reminder of the speaker's lost love, Lenore. The speaker's descent into madness is emphasized by the raven's steadfast refusal to leave. It's as if the raven embodies the speaker's grief, his loss, and his inability to move past his tragic past. The once lively study room is now overshadowed by the dark, brooding figure of the raven, casting a gloom that mirrors the speaker's state of mind. The themes of loss and grief are prevalent throughout the poem, but it's in these final lines where they reach their peak. The speaker's despair is palpable, his longing for Lenore and his fight against the painful reality of her absence, all encapsulated in the stubborn persistence of the raven. The raven, in its role, serves as a poignant symbol of the past that we cannot escape, the grief that lingers, the memories that haunt us. Its enduring presence serves as a stark reminder of the relentless grip of sorrow and the unyielding nature of regret. The raven, in its silent, eerie presence, leaves a lasting impact, not only on the speaker but also on us, the readers. So, what does the raven really tell us about human nature and our struggle with grief and loss? Well, Edgar Allan Poe's masterpiece is a vivid exploration of the human psyche in the throes of despair. The poem's protagonist spirals into madness, haunted by the raven's relentless echoing "nevermore." This reflects our own experiences with loss, as we grapple with denial, isolation, and ultimately, acceptance. The raven, a symbol of death and loss, acts as a mirror, reflecting the speaker's deepening sorrow and desperation. This narrative reveals the power of literature to evoke and articulate our most profound emotions, even those we struggle to understand ourselves. Poe masterfully captures the universal human experience of grief, making The Raven a timeless piece of literature. Its themes continue to resonate with audiences, transcending cultural and temporal boundaries. Remember, the echo of the raven's "nevermore" continues to resonate in our hearts, reminding us of our own encounters with loss and despair. Today, we journeyed through the haunting world of The Raven. Your interpretations and insights are eagerly awaited in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey, give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more literary explorations. Until next time, keep delving into the world of words.